Okay, I've made the skeleton of a cabinet that's going to be very narrow and is going to contain a secret drawer. So I've got 2 drawer slides that I'm going to be using for the design of this drawer. And I'm figuring out the measurements right now, trying to figure out what I got to cut and what pieces I can use. So these prime pieces of pine, I think, are like a perfect fit, so that I've got just a little bit of space on either side. So this is going to be the base of my drawer slide. So I've got that part figured out. Now I just need to figure out how deep it's going to be, and I'm building a channel that will make more sense as I go along. But basically, it's just going to be a narrow piece of wood that's going to anchor the whole thing. So I've pulled out some wood that was in my old van. It's basically a piece of scrap wood, and I ran it through the table saw to get it a little bit more narrow. It's 2.5 inches wide, and then we've got the drawer slides that are going to attach like this on either side. You know, they won't be pointed up like that, but then we're going to take some of this nicer wood, and it will kind of sandwich on either side. This is not they're not equal thickness right now, but you get the idea. So that these guys will sit on top, and then we take this piece of wood and it goes something like this, but more flush. So I have the drawer slides attached to the board. The top piece will go just like that, and then the side pieces like that. Alright, so I've got both of the rails in. They come out independently of each other. Nothing is secured yet. This is still just one big piece. But now I'm going to take this piece, get in there, and I'm going to attach it as close to flush with the top as possible. Alright, and there it is. Base is in. It's still not attached, so it takes a little bit of effort to pull it out. Also, I have to do this with 2 hands really to show you, but there it goes. Go out and then roll it back. Yeah, you can kind of see it going with the soft close there. This is it. It's all in. Everything's installed. That's what it's like when it comes out. And going back in. Now, has a little bit of a snag there. I've got to figure that out, but yeah, there we go. Just got to slam it. All right. So that's the base of what's going to be a hidden cabinet drawer. So cool. All right, so this is what I've got going on in that drawer, that secret drawer area. Basically down here, this is the base that I built, and I just added some plywood to either side here, a little bit of support, and this whole thing just, slides out like that. Get a better shot. Then to close it, just push this close. You'll notice that there's a latch here that you need to pull up in order to close this all the way, and then it's locked. So you got to know about the latch in order to get access to this stuff. So the idea is that it'll look just like a normal armrest on the front and on the top, with the exception of there being kind of like a door here. So this will be covered up, but you can like pop it up, and then there's like a little outlet in there. And if you know about it, here's this little switch that you pull up and lets you slide out the drawer. So as you can see, there's a cubby now that will be covered with a a door or something that will pull up like this, and then the latch is in here, and you can pull out the drawer like that. So now I'm going to take a piece just about as wide as this and stick it on the end here, and that will be the hidden outside edge of it, and then I'll just need to cap it with some decorative piece of wood on top, and you'll never know it's there. Okay, so for measuring the front piece that I'm going to be putting on here, the decorative piece that's going to hide this whole thing, I need to remember to put a spacer in. So this piece of flooring right here is going to act as my spacer, because that's pretty much how high my floor is going to be once my final piece, once I start putting flooring in. So as you can see, to the top of this thing, it's about 28 5/8, probably. Move it around a bit. Looks a little bit higher right there, 28 11/16. Down here it's 28 and just about 3/4. And then at the right here at the top of the drawer, it's at 27. To test if it is janky at all, I'm gonna pull out my drawer, move my spacer to the other side, pull out my drawer all the way, and remeasure. See if I get that same 27. So it does go a little bit down. So we got to remember to put a little bit of clearance in here. So I'm going to need a piece. I'm thinking out loud now. Put the spacer back. That's like 28 11/16, and then we're going to move it up just about a quarter. So we'll go 28 7/16. And I think 28 7/16 should be enough to provide clearance. Got a 1/4 inch of clearance and still hide the secret compartment being in there. So 28 7/16. Let's see how that works. Okay, so I'm just holding it with my finger right now. I'm just trying to be like just shy of flush so that when the top piece goes on, there's not a big gap between the top and this outside piece. You can see there's just a little gap down at the bottom, but I think that should be enough space for it to move and expand, and when the drawer is pulled out, it'll still clear the floor. So I'm going to attach it now by screwing in from the back this way right into the back of this, and I'm also going to use my wood glue. Alright, so I got the top, got the front on there. It's locked, so you can't pull it out. It's just shy of flush with the top there. Look carefully. On this side it is pretty much flush, but I think I might end up putting some space there, so it shouldn't be a problem. For demonstration purposes, pop it open. Out it comes. Well, this will have to be a little bit higher. Okay, so I've done the countertops on my two, well, armrest tops. They have been shellacked. They're going to get some water locks just like my countertops a little bit later. And now I'm putting the hinge over the little cubby area. So it's going to attach here, just like that.